We've all received a little bit of advice in our lives. Don't drink and drive. Don't spend money you don't have on things you don't need. Don't poop your pants on purpose. Always bet on red. You've got to stop pooping your pants and go to the bathroom. Financing an F-150 is always a good investment. Maybe if you stop pooping your pants, people would want to be around you more. Sure, this is good advice, but do you want to know where you can find great advice? Podcasts. I've always said this. People should be making podcast equipment cheaper so more people can get their great ideas out there. This is something I've always said. You can find tons of great advice on a bunch of really good podcasts, like Joe Rogan. He's never had anyone on his podcast that doesn't know what they're talking about. He's never done that.
1 times 1 should equal 2.
So with this in mind, I have gathered some of the greatest advice in podcast history and compiled it to share with you so that maybe together we can both learn something new. This first video is what sparked the idea for this entire video. This has to be some of the best podcast advice I've ever heard, if not just advice in general. Let's get podcast out of there. I know I'm supposed to save all this stuff for later in the video to keep up retention, but this is the best stuff right up front.
My day is 6 a.m. to noon, and I'm not crazy. You're crazy for thinking it takes 24 hours, just like some dude in a cave did 300 years ago. My second day starts at noon and goes till 6 p.m. That's day 2. And then the next day is 6 p.m. to midnight. What I've done now is I have changed and manipulated time. I now get 21 days a week. Stack that up over a month, I'm gonna kick your butt. Stack it up over a year, you're toast. Stack it up over 5 years, my entire life is different than it would have been otherwise.
Okay, hey buddy. I actually don't know if that's how that works. So by his calculations, he gets 4 days in a regular person's day because every day is 6 hours. And I think I just hate how condescending he is about it. He's like, I'm not crazy. You're crazy for thinking that I'm crazy. You know who thought that way? People that lived in caves 300 years ago. Because everyone was living in caves 300 years ago. Hey, pull up a photo of 300 years ago. Who was living in a cave 300 years ago?
I'm not fucking crazy. You're crazy for thinking it takes 24 hours, just like some guy that lived in a cave 300 years ago.
Just because you call one day 4 days doesn't mean that you get anything more done in the same 24-hour. There's still 24 hours. You're just calling them a different thing. That doesn't count. That does not count. Logistically, how does this work? Does he sleep for 2 hours per day and then it builds up to 8 hours over the whole day? Or does he just spend a day and a half sleeping? Because that is not a brag, man. I've manipulated space and time so I actually get to sleep in for a whole day. Sometimes I sleep in for a day and a half. I don't know. I don't even care. Stack that over a month, I kick your butt. Stack that over a year, you're toast. Stack that over 5 years, I fucking kill you. Okay. Stack that over 5 years, I've completed my plan for world domination and I've killed everybody and everything you've ever loved and I actually own everything now and everybody is dead and I'm the only one that exists. And that's just the kind of advice I'd like to give out to my followers. If you guys are probably hoping for world domination, you're going to need more than 7 days a week. So the guy in this video, his name is Ed Mylett. He has 2 books. One's called The Power of One More, The Ultimate Guide to Happiness and Success. And the other one is #Max Out Your Life, Strategies for Becoming an Elite Performer. First of all, get rid of the hashtag. Okay? My God. Second of all, get a shirt that's one size bigger, at least.
Rule number 1 for maxing out your life: never buy shirts that fit you. Always buy a size down. Doing this will encourage you to make sure you look after your body, because if you get fat, you won't be able to have any clothes left and you'll be walking around like a little naked baby. You'll be walking around like a little naked baby guy. Rule number 1.
Seriously though, I looked up his book, The Power of One More, on Amazon, and it actually has 4,800 ratings of 5 stars. So I think he actually does have some genuinely pretty good advice. This is just maybe one that was caught a little bit out of context, or just one of his quotes where you're like, that's f***ing stupid. Oh, we've got some highlighted quotes. One of the keys to changing your identity is to let faith move mountains in all parts of your life. Okay. Remember this key point. Unconsciously, we always find a way to get back to where our thermostat is set based on what we think we're worth. I'm personally not the biggest fan of self-help books. I know a lot of people do like them, and it actually does help a lot of people. But for me, whenever I've read one, it's always made me feel like I'm helping my life and I'm improving it by reading the book. But in actual fact, it's not doing anything. You're just reading these really cool quotes and you're like, damn, that would be
good to implement into my life.
And then you like read the next chapter and you just completely forget about it. It reminds me a lot of when I was first getting into cameras and filmmaking. I would watch every single filmmaking video, every camera review video, how to be better as a filmmaker. And it would make me feel like I was getting better as a filmmaker. But in reality, all I was doing was watching videos and I wasn't actually getting any experience at all. It's a great way to make you feel like you're doing stuff without actually having to do anything. But yeah, I just felt like I should put that out there because I don't know a lot about him personally, but this was a really dumb clip. Hello, editing me here. Couldn't help but notice that this next clip isn't actually from a podcast. Even though this is supposed to be podcast advice, I don't know how that slipped through the cracks. I never mention it in the actual video either. I just take it at face value and I'm like, yo, this is bad podcast advice. So I apologize, but I am going to edit a microphone in front of this guy so that we can say it's from a podcast, but it's more just bad alpha male advice. So, but I'm sorry. The rest of them are actually from podcasts. We're keeping on theme, but this is still pretty funny, so I thought I'd keep it in.
A girl I once dated told me my masculinity was toxic. She told me if I practiced compassion, I'd be a better boyfriend. I told her if she practiced cooking, she'd be a better girlfriend. Bitch couldn't even cook toast. I told her the pasta she cooked last week was more toxic than my masculinity. Alpha King rule number 16. Never take advice on how to do your job from someone who can't even do theirs.
Alpha King rule number 27. Always rent out a private jet when making TikToks because it makes you seem way more legit than you are. Alpha rule number 52. Always make sure you chain yourself to your bed when there's a full moon because you don't want to let the alpha out and terrorize the village and eat the hearts of the innocent. That's not what you want to do. Alpha rule number 73. If she's all like, oh, you keep spending all our money on renting out private jets to film TikToks and we have a mortgage to pay and we're actually, we need that money for more important things. Get rid of her. Dump her right now. Alpha rule number 73. Alpha rule number 21. If you see a woman, run. Get out of there. Run. Right now. You don't want to be around women. Alpha rule number 69. If you take her on a date and she offers to pay, get rid of her straight away. She's obviously, where did she get that money from? She obviously got it from another man because women don't work. Women don't work. Women don't have money. Women object. Women not people. Alpha rule number 23. Women not people. Look, I'm not going to lie, dude. I think she was right. I don't know her personally. I don't know you personally, but just from this video, I think I can safely say she was right. Somehow you confirmed everything she was saying in less than 30 seconds when you were trying to make a video saying how wrong she was. I do think the funniest part of all of this is the actual piece of advice was good, but the anecdote he attached to it beforehand, completely wrong. Completely wrong. Somehow got the right message. Wrong messenger. Definitely don't take advice on how to do your job from somebody that doesn't know how to do theirs. That seems like a pretty good piece of advice. The way you applied it, insane. Complete wrong way you're supposed to apply that, dude. He made sure we knew that he was in a private jet. Yeah, let me just pan my whole camera around it real quick. Let me just get a full panoramic here. There's the pilot. He's not a paid actor. We are on the tarmac. Yeah, this is a real private jet. Son of a bitch, though, it does look like a real private jet on a real runway. He might very well be in it. Do they offer private jet services where you can just rent them out on the tarmac? It makes sense if you could. I mean, if they don't do that, they really should. That's seems like a fucking genius idea. This next piece of advice comes from, dare I say it, one of the greatest advice givers to ever grace the podcasting scene, Myron from the Fresh and Fit podcast. Oh, this Fresh and Fit podcast is it's the gift that keeps on giving. It is sensational advice that he just keeps giving out for free. I can't believe he gives this stuff out for free.
I tell guys, you become successful not to get girls, but to not deal with the bullshit that inevitably comes from dealing with girls, right? Because when you make money, when you become successful, etc., you're going to have the confidence, which is going to create that abundance mindset that you can walk away from girls that give you some bullshit, and that's inherently going to make you more attractive because men that don't care are more attractive in general. But what I will say is we tell guys all the time, at least for me, I tell them you shouldn't even be thinking about a relationship until you have 5 things in place, which is make 6 figures a year, have at least 6 months to a year of earnings saved or a combination thereof. You need to be in shape. You need to have had sex with at least 50 girls. 50! and then you need to be 35 years old at least.
Before you even start thinking about girls, you need to have sex with 50 of them. Hey, don't even start thinking about, a relationship would be nice, have sex with 50 girls first. Yeah, then come back to me.
And then you need to be 35 years old at least. And the reason why I say this is because at this point, you're going to be experienced and vetted enough to be able to maneuver in the modern day marketplace with girls in a way where you're not going to get finessed.
Who hurt this guy? Who hurt this man? It is abundantly clear that a woman has broken his heart early on. Maybe he got cheated on, and it has absolutely shattered his ego. And now he's compensating by spitting out all of this like super toxic male advice. I think the greatest rule to follow when listening to any advice that Myron speaks is Alpha Rule King number 16. Never take advice from somebody about how to do your job that can't even do theirs. Myron is still single. He's in his 30s. He's not even close to marriage. This guy is probably not the best guy to listen to when taking advice about relationships.
I don't watch people's stories on Instagram. I don't give a damn. Like, I don't care about anybody's fucking pancake at the souffle shop and whatever, dude. I don't give a damn. I'm living my own reality. And people are out here worrying about what I do. Don't worry about what I do. Watch the podcast and go fucking level up. Go touch some grass. Go do a handstand. Go eat some organic oranges. Go drink some chlorophyll and some sparkling water or some spring water and go read a book. Stop being a depressed piece of shit. It's a choice. And if you don't think it's a choice, so be it. It's not a choice. And that's how you'll live your life, like an accident. But the people that want to make it out and they want to win at life, gotta grab life by the fucking balls, bro. Own that shit.
Facts, man. Don't worry about other people's Instagram stories. Worry about what you're putting on your story. Is it going to be, I'm going out for a walk? Is it going to be, I just got a coffee? Yum, yum, yum. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, everyone. Is it going to be a picture of your dog? Is it going to be a picture of your breakfast? You know, you got to think about these things, okay? If you're worrying about what other people are posting, you're not going to be posting your own content, okay? This is what we live in, a content world, buddy. Alpha rule number 53, always pre-plan your Instagram story posts every day. Alpha rule number 57, social media isn't real, and you shouldn't compare your life to anyone else on social media. That's actually really good advice. I actually live by alpha rule number 57. Turn this video off right now. Go outside. Go do a backflip. Learn how to fly an aeroplane. Invent nuclear fusion. Solve world hunger. Go and kill an animal with your bare hands. Let me look him up right now and make sure he doesn't have a story. I swear to God, if this guy has a story right now. Luke Belma. Oh, there he is. Let me... Son of a bitch. Oh my God. He's DJing. Hope you know how much I hate you. Good morning. Love you too, Brokey. Oh God, this guy sucks. Stop worrying about what other people are doing. Anyway, here's a photo of me on a yacht. Here's a photo of me in a really nice house. Here's a photo of my beautiful watch. Here's me smoking on a infinity pool. Here's another watch that I'm wearing right now because I love watches. Telling the times is great. Here's a photo of me outside the White House. This obviously isn't the White House, but yeah, this is the look of a guy that doesn't give a fuck about anyone else, especially what other people think. He definitely does not care about that. That's why he drives supercar. That's why he has a nice watch. That's why he posts many photo of himself doing thing. That's why he does that, because he doesn't actually care. I can't believe he actually posts stories. That's hilarious. Again, look. Great advice, bad messenger. Rule number 57, alpha advice. Don't compare life to other people's Instagram life. I mean, that's obvious. He's not wrong. Bad messenger, though. Terrible messenger.
You get up at 2:45?
2:45 every morning. I gotta be at the gym at 4.
That gets you an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, I prep my shit, get all my stuff together. I'm out front of the gym at 3:30 writing my motivational post.
What the hell is it with these people and trying to manipulate time? What is your obsession with getting up early or changing the time? Just because you get up at 2:45 doesn't mean you're going to get any more done in the day than anybody else. You're going to go to bed at 6 p.m. Yeah, I go to bed at 11 p.m., but we still have the same amount of time in the day. Oh, you get up at 2:45. Oh, that's so cute. That's so cute. I actually also get up at 2:45 in the afternoon. So f*** you, actually. This reminds me so much of the Mark Wahlberg schedule. I don't know if you guys have seen it. But Mark Wahlberg posted his daily schedule like a few years ago, and it is insane. It's so dumb. He wakes up at 2:30 a.m. Prayer time, 2:45, 3:15, breakfast. This motherfucker has a 30-minute prayer to God every morning. I don't have 30 minutes of stuff to say every single morning. What could you possibly have to say to God for 30 minutes a day? God, I'd just like to say thank you for this beautiful career I've got, this beautiful house, my beautiful wife, my beautiful kids. Thank you so much. Neighbors are being pretty f***ing annoying though lately. Yeah, they had a party last week. Their party was so long, in fact, I woke up and the party was still going. That's how you know. It was 2:30 in the morning. The party was still going. I was very upset. It almost interrupted my prayer time with you. Again. In fact, I can actually hear it right. They're actually still partying right now. Okay, no, that actually makes sense. He does all this stupid stuff and then he goes to bed at 7:30 p.m. So just like I said, just because you wake up early doesn't mean you get more hours in the day. You just go to bed earlier. On one hand, though, I do kind of see the appeal. When you wake up earlier than everyone else, you do kind of get this sense of like superiority. You're like, yeah, everyone else is f***ing sleeping right now. Everyone else is sleeping. I'm up. I'm doing things. Yeah, while you're snoozing, I'm winning. And then you go to bed and they're still up watching like Netflix or something that night. So I do get it, but the core philosophy doesn't change. You can't change and manipulate time just because you're getting up earlier. Doesn't mean you have more hours in the day. I guess if you're going to the gym though, it would be better to go when no one's around so you have the whole gym to yourself. You know what? F it. I get it. Maybe this is good advice. Okay, son of a bitch. Alpha Podcast advice number 132. Get up at 2:30 in the morning. Okay.
Imagine being so stupid that somebody's out there printing money.
Can't believe how fake money is. He has to have that in parentheses, the laughing. God, that is really cringe. That is really, really cringe. Okay, sorry.
So stupid that somebody's out there printing money. Somebody's printing money, and on the counter, you're working for it, and then you're getting taxed because they need your taxes in order to run the government when they could just print it. It makes no sense whatsoever.
Imagine working for money and then the money gets taxed because the big government needs the money for the roads that we use every day and the services that we need. Imagine paying money to the government and then literally getting like the roads repaired. Imagine paying money to the government and literally getting free healthcare in some countries that aren't America. Imagine paying taxes to the government and then literally getting infrastructure that literally helps the entire nation. That's fucking stupid. This guy does not understand the economy. This guy does not understand inflation. This guy does not understand how money works. What do you mean? Are you telling me I gotta pay taxes when the government can just print the money? Hey, government, why don't you just print more money? Yeah? Why don't you just print more money to pay for the things that you need? They've been doing that. And that's why inflation is so bad right now. It's actually not a good thing to print as a lot of money. You're actually not supposed to do it because it makes the overall amount of money in the system worth less because there's more of it.
So stop working for money. Stop working for a paycheck. Start working towards a life that instills freedom and instills your ability to produce money without you having to work. Now, that may sound like insane for 99% of people. So where do you start? You start by not spending. You start by not being a consumer, but being a producer. So most people are consumers. That's why they're always in the rat race. If you're producing, you're always being able to generate income, but you don't want to be producing just with your time. You want to be producing with systems. Now you have AI, now you have automation, now you have software. Dude, you can literally be making money while you sleep.
Stop working for money. Stop working for a paycheck. Stop working altogether. Get on government support. All those people that are paying taxes by working. Losers print more money. You can take that money and get a government check by being unemployed. Start applying for fake jobs and saying, oh, I apply for 15 jobs a month, but I just can't seem to land one. Keep getting the money from the government. Don't pay taxes. Tax fraud. Think about it. Get the government to work for you.
The joke here is that get on unemployment. That's what I'm saying. He's basically saying everyone needs to start making AI YouTube shorts. Yay! Because they're the best. AI YouTube shorts are so good.
Lil Cuz, can you hear me?
And they are not contributing to a massive problem on the internet right now at all.
Yes! That's what you should do. Passive income. Yes!
If it's in the bank, why don't you go down to the bank this afternoon and get 50 G's from it?
Is that hard?
Impossible.
Well, I've called
Not
them.
impossible.
They just said they need time.
Oh, yeah, they need time because they're not carrying cash because they're fractionalized banking.
Yeah. Yeah. Why the f*** would a bank be carrying $50,000 on it? If every bank was carrying 50 grand, everyone would be robbing them every single day. Of course, they don't have 50 grand just lying on them all the time. Are you kidding me? This isn't the 1800s, okay? Why do we need 50 grand in the bank at all times for you to take out? Of course they need time. Is that a crazy idea to be like, hey, did you know that banks don't have large sums of money in comically large safes, in comically large money bags with a big money symbol on them? Did you know that? Did you know that banks don't actually do that? Yeah, good. I don't want to put my money in a bank and then have it stolen from me. I don't want my money being robbed by like Doc Ock and have him throwing around my coin bags at Spider-Man.
But try to give them 50.
What will they do?
Come back, man. Come back. We can't take this. We have people in line.
Yeah. Because for the same principle that they can't give you 50 grand. They can't just have 50 grand sitting behind the teller for like 2 hours until someone comes and picks up the money. Of course they need prior preparation.
I dropped $1 million in cash out to the bank one day at 7:30 in the morning into their door. And they're like, you don't have any security? No. And I'm getting on a plane, dude. You're taking this money. This came from you. It's coming back to you. They literally had to shut the bank. They were so nervous.
You dropped $1 million into the bank at 7:30 in the morning and we're going on a plane. What the hell were you doing with $1 million in cash that you just needed to drop it at the bank? Why? Yeah, no shit, they were nervous. You just gave them $1 million at 7:30 in the morning. Of course they shut the bank down. They had $1 million in the bank. That's f***ing insane.
Giving the banks money is becoming a problem. And for sure taking it.
What do you think one day if the banks just don't respond?
Don't respond to
anything.
I think that's going to happen.
Well, that's where you wish you had some cash or some Bitcoin.
I've actually never seen the whole clip. That is hilarious. The Bitcoin comment at the end. That's when you wish you had some cash. Or some Bitcoin. That's why you wish you had some cash. Or some poopy butt coin. Or some shitty pants coin. Or some Hawk Tour coin. Yeah, that's when you really wish you had some Hawk Tour coin on you. And you didn't have all your money in the bank. Like a normal person. You're gonna wish that you had all your money in Hawk Tour at that point when the banks say, no, we're not giving you money. I got all my money in Hawk Tour. Joke's on you. So that's why I can't take 50K out. Oh, I thought it was my balance that was stopping me. Genius. That's why. It's actually because of fractionalized banking. It's actually because they don't have the money there. That's why. Yeah, it's not because your balance is too low, guys. Remember that. Alpha rule number 125. If the bank won't let you take out 50K, bring a gun. And force them to. Well, I hope you guys learned a thing or two. I certainly didn't. I learned nothing. The only thing I learned was that I'm even more disappointed in society as a whole. And I feel like that's the feeling I'm always left with when I make one of these videos. So maybe I learned to just stop making videos like this. Maybe that's the lesson. Maybe the advice is the friends we made along the way. Anyway, leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Leave a comment of a money bag, of a Alpha Podcast Sigma Mindset money bag emoji if you made it this far. And with that, I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.